Tennessee hosts the Georgia Bulldogs on Saturday, and there is one thing that has to happen for the Vols to get this win at home. Hey, Lucas Panzica here from 104.5 The Zone and A to Z Sports. So, Checker Neyland will be in full effect. Stadium will be rocking at Neyland on Saturday. Tennessee and Georgia, two 2-0 teams in a ranked SEC matchup, face off as Josh Heupel looks to get his first ever win over the Georgia Bulldogs, and the Vols look to snap a streak that has had Georgia winning in this series since that 2016 Hail Mary game in Athens. So, how does Tennessee do it? We can certainly rattle off some cliches here, and there are some obvious points to be made. Obviously, Tennessee will have to carry over some of the offensive success they've had in the first 2 weeks against a much more talented, more disciplined, and more well-coached Georgia Bulldogs defense. Joey Aguilar will have to continue that momentum. The offensive line continuing to play well. Tennessee must avoid turnovers. All of the cliches that we talk about when previewing a game of this magnitude. But in my mind, there is one thing that absolutely has to happen if Tennessee wants to win this game. And that is the Vols simply must be able to consistently affect Georgia quarterback Gunnar Stockton in the pocket. When we think back to the Tennessee-Georgia game from last season, Tennessee's loss in Athens, a game with massive college football playoff implications, the biggest thing the Vols were unable to do in that game was affect Carson Beck, who had all day to throw, and that was against a much maligned at the time Georgia offensive line against a Tennessee defense that had been among the best in the country. Carson Beck largely was unbothered in that game. Tennessee did not have one quarterback sack in that game as well. That cannot be the case this week against a Georgia offense with Gunnar Stockton at quarterback. Now, here's the good news. Tennessee's pass rush has been very impressive in the first 2 weeks of the season. The Vols have stockpiled 8 sacks in 2 games, including 5 in that win over Syracuse in Atlanta. Jordan Ross, Caleb Herring, Tennessee's pass rushers, Joshua Josephs, the headliner, have been impressive so far. And the defensive line, while taking some injury hits, has certainly been up to par as expected with Rodney Garner in charge. But we understand how much weaker the competition has been in those first 2 weeks. Josephs, Ross, and Herring have to have a great game, and that could mean Tim Banks maybe scheming up some more pressure than he did during that game last year in Athens. And here's the other thing. Tennessee is going to be without its top 2 corners in this game. Jermon McCoy is going to be out, as is Ricky Gibson. Josh Heupel told us the other week that Gibson is going to miss an extended period of time. Pete Thamel of ESPN reported earlier this week that McCoy certainly will continue to miss time in this game as he continues to recover from an ACL. We're talking about 2 of the best cornerbacks in the SEC. In the case of McCoy, potentially the best cornerback in the country. Tennessee is going to have to make up for that. While they have good cornerback depth, they simply cannot allow Gunnar Stockton all day in the pocket to pick apart that cornerback depth, as promising as it might be. It is a non-negotiable this week. If Josh Heupel wants to get his first win against the Bulldogs at Neyland Stadium, Tennessee must be able to affect Gunnar Stockton and shake him in front of what will be a raucous crowd at Neyland Stadium. And the Vols, if they can get that victory over Georgia, suddenly will be 3-0 and looking at a potential path to the playoff.